Welcome to Wheel Stutter Blindly.
Yeah, make some noise!
Welcome to Wheel Stutter Blindly. I'm Wheel.
I'm Stutter.
And I'm Blindly.
He's Blindly.
Yeah, you guys looked at me. I saw that.
And
Good.
Blair's still trying to
Fuck.
touch. Blair's still pointing at Todd. He's still pointing at Todd.
Oh, that's
Every
so
episode.
Gong.
Then you complains to Can't See Walkie? What's Instagram?
Can't walkie-talkie.
Yeah, say how you hate mail to Can't Walkie-Talkie.
That's it.
On Instagram.
Blind people can't use computers, though.
What?
I don't think blind people can use computers.
You're fucking IT, motherfucker. You're head of IT.
People ask all the time. Like,
You
how do you?
prove people wrong.
I know. People say the same thing to me, but...
Yeah. I had a Uber driver the other day. I was doing something on my phone, and he's like, "Oh, I thought that your phone was broken." It's like, no, it's just speech.
Yeah. Okay, so we learned something very disturbing, Todd and I.
Grotesque, really.
Yes. Jared and Dante, I believe, have never watched the movie UHF, the cult classic Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, it's first.
UHF.
I haven't watched
It's
it.
really good. It's probably not, but it was really good
So
when I was a kid.
it's amazing. I just watched it not that long
Did ya?
ago.
Yeah.
It's probably on Tubi. Can you see
Oh,
if it's on
everything's
Tubi?
on Tubi.
I got Tubi.
We're trying to get on Tubi
It's got to be on Tubi.
one day. I'm sure it is.
But anyways, so this man inherits a small radio station that's on
TV
UHF,
station.
which was the bottom dial on the
Oh!
old televisions.
Okay,
For
okay.
those.
Yeah,
so
it was a
it's
TV station because they had the
Okay.
game show with Michael Richards hosting. You got to drink from the fire hose.
You found the marble in the swimming pool full of oatmeal, Bobby. You get to drink from the fire hose. And kids sitting there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
That's a
Anyway.
great movie.
Yeah. And then
Michael Richards when he was like
Wheel of Fish.
Nice.
11. Red
That's not a
Snapper.
ripoff.
Are you
You're
ready,
so
Weaver?
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other guy. Today we are going to teach poodles how to fly. And he's in his apartment building. And he's throwing
The
poodles
old guy.
out the 8th floor window.
Emo Phillips is in it. He has
Emo
a really
Phillips
good.
is
Yes,
in it.
And he
yes.
cuts his thumb off.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
spurting blood all over the place. And he's like, "Oh, it's my favorite."
Yeah. Just call me Butterfingers.
He's a weird dude, eh?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Loves Dayton, Ohio.
What?
That's his favorite city, Dayton, Ohio. He got married.
In Dayton, Ohio?
They took their honeymoon in Dayton, Ohio.
Isn't that where Chappelle lives, or where is it?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Lives,
He's
yeah,
in
in
Yellow
Ohio.
Springs or something, right? But it's near.
That's small town.
Yeah, it's near.
Yeah, he
Dayton.
was saying he loves it because everybody just leaves him alone.
Yeah.
He's just, Chappelle.
Yeah. There's a singer that was like that.
Do you think
That's
it's
a comedy club.
Do you think it's the
Yeah.
real Chappelle, or do you think he's been switched out?
Ooh, me and Zeus were talking about this.
What do you think?
Because did you guys notice that on his arm he has a tattoo that says human on it?
Did not know this.
No.
But that's the only tattoo a clone would get because they're trying to prove that they're human.
right?
Yes. And people are that stupid. Oh, it's
Oh.
not a clone. So it's human right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
He doesn't look the same.
No.
He
It
smokes.
doesn't even sound the same.
Not-
And
yeah.
that other guy, what's his name? Not Jim Norton.
Eminem's a clone.
People think Jamie Foxx is a clone.
No.
And because he
Have
did
you
the clone
watched
movie.
Jamie Foxx's new special?
No, I haven't.
Have you?
I haven't watched it. The What Happened? Or
When he had his
what?
injury or
Yeah, have you
whatever?
watched it? Okay.
No.
I've watched
Okay,
it.
fine.
But I
Have
I
you?
liked it was I watched
have
it.
a theory about
I've
Jamie
watched him do
Foxx.
stand up, and I don't know.
It wasn't really stand-up. It was more like theatrical
Oh, okay.
hair surface.
He was funny.
Some jokes.
He was funny. Was it Jamie Foxx who did that roast where he's hosting and that he was like ripping that one guy apart during a set? This isn't funny. Nobody's laughing.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty funny. Kind of an
That
asshole thing to
was.
do, but it was funny.
Yeah. You are gonna go home and regret this later.
And that guy, I saw an interview with him years later, and he's like, "Yeah, it ruined my career."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Who's that other guy that is stand-up comic, blonde hair? He was really freaking out on the government and stuff during the pandemic, rightfully so. He's got big bulgy eyes. Looks like he's high all the time. He was in.
I'll see you one.
No, it's not. He was a friend of Dave's. He was. Anyways, he swears up and down that it's not the real Dave.
Oh. Okay.
Can't remember his name.
Jim Brewer.
That's it. I was sitting. Jim Norton was going
Jim
over in my head.
Brewer.
Jim.
That guy's
Brewer.
lost his fucking mind.
Who, Jim Brewer?
Has he, or has he seen a lot?
I think he's lost his fucking mind. The
Has
guy's
he,
getting kicked out of Republican parties.
or
He's
has
stand
he
up with the RNC
seen a lot?
No, I think he's fucking lost his mind.
Because he's seen a lot.
I think he's seen a lot.
Well, that's fine. A lot of people have seen a lot, and they're not like him.
You know, he's been up there with the A-list stars, and
He's the only one who's been up there?
no, but I'm just saying he's
I
been
don't know.
around the
Yeah.
frickin' block.
These
and-
people, he's one of these people who are just obsessed with transgender shit, and it's like, just get over it.
I don't know about
Who
any of
cares?
that.
Well, that's what he talks about in his act. Like, that's his act. Is all.
Who, Dave Chappelle?
No, Jim Brewer.
Oh.
Oh, is he on
And Dave
transgenders now?
Chappelle.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dave Chappelle does too.
yeah. Those people that, those 1,000 kids in the last 4 years who got treated for being transgender in the States.
Oh, like the chemicals.
Yeah, 1,000 kids in 4 years.
Man,
I don't know. I don't think it should be allowed. That's my own personal opinion.
Well,
They're children. Wait until they're an adult at least.
Yeah, don't give them puberty blockers until after puberty. That's how you do that. Anyway.
they can't vote, but they can change their sex.
That's it. Can't do anything else. Can't
They
drink,
can't change their
can't do
sex.
drugs.
There's
can't-
no such thing as a surgery before they're 18.
Yeah, but you're chemically castrating a
Yeah.
child.
They're getting hormones. But like I said,
Yeah, that's changing your...
in the
changing
states,
your,
in the states,
your hormones.
whatever it is. I'm not a doctor, but in the states over 4 years, there's 1,000 kids that got that drug.
I have a bit about this. Who cares
So
if
who
it's
cares?
1,000? One's more than one is too many.
Sure, one is too many, but 40,000 people got shot. They don't give a shit about that. Why are they focusing on this one thing?
Because it's children.
Yeah, they have school shootings. They had a school
Oh yeah,
shooting
no,
on Thursday.
yeah, I get that.
They had
I
a school
get that.
shooting Thursday at a Christian
Yeah,
school.
no, I
they don't
know,
give a shit
but-
about that. But these transgender kids,
Yep.
that's what I'm going to vote based on. It doesn't make any
Well,
fucking sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's like, I got a bit about this. Louisiana passed a law that if you're above 18 and you molest a child that is below, I think it's 14, you can be castrated or then locked up for life, kind of deal, right? But at the same time, there's states that are giving the drugs to the kids, so it's like, the lesson there is you can cut a kid's balls off, just don't fucking fondle them while you're doing it.
That's not the lesson there at all. Where do you get that lesson from that? Is the doctor making a choice between fondling a kid or providing medical treatment that they've gone through
Well,
psychologists and their family and years of counseling before they start their medication? Is that the same?
I don't know.
Maybe they're all groomers.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but
Medical groomer.
I
Yeah,
think
we're all
that
groomers.
you should not
Godwin?
chemically
Yeah.
castrate a child or
That's
change
not what it is.
or change their makeup until they've
they
at
delay
least.
they delay their puberty for a couple of years until they make up their mind what they want to do.
Speaking of groomers,
They take them off the medication and they just go through puberty.
So I'm misunderstood when they
But
when
can
they
you
say
go through puberty like at 20 years old?
Sure. Your body goes through whatever it goes through when those hormones
not
are
that
taken
little
away.
kid from Kill Tony. What's
Yeah.
his name?
he's...
Yeah, he has a
Yeah, I
he's
know.
like a
kidney.
pituitary
I know.
gland.
whatever.
I was
His
bugging his
pituitary
disability,
glands.
but so
Yeah.
these pills don't chemically castrate a child. If you got balls, they don't fucking.
No, they prevent
Okay,
puberty
well, I'm way
until
off
the kids.
base then.
I know because
Yeah, but-
you listen to people that are telling you bullshit because they have a point of view. It delays puberty until the kid decides if they want to go through anything more or if they want to just stay
Yeah,
the
but
way
how
they
much
are.
far...
I'm under the rainbow. The more you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and like I said, it's about 200 kids a year in the States, and we've talked about it more than it deserves
So
already.
it delays their puberty,
Yeah.
so they can just stop taking the pills, and now I'm a man again.
Yeah.
Wait, if you can delay
That doesn't make
puberty, can
sense.
you live forever?
No, you still age,
But how?
but it's like so.
if you're not going
If
through
someone's going
puberty.
through, if someone's transitioning from man to woman, and they start taking whatever estrogen or whatever, and they start growing tits, right?
Yes.
It's the same kind of thing. It just delays development until they decide what they're going to do.
Yeah.
If they take it
So
until
what if they delay till they're like 50 years old?
they just would never develop as anything.
So would they still?
So
like,
would they
be,
grow? And
I
would
don't know
they-
what I'm not. Like I said, not a doctor. All I know is if they take
so
them
they
off
should
it.
be able to live forever.
That's two different things, though, man.
Well, if you don't
So-
age,
It's not you don't age. It's you don't develop like.
Like I know they call puberty blockers, right?
Yeah. And then when they take them off, they go through puberty. Because once they get to like 18 or 20, they got to decide what they want to do, right? Either have the surgery, or you start taking whatever hormones to be the other.
so it only
gender.
goes up until 18, 20.
I think so. I don't know that much about it.
But how
It's
do you
not-
know what you want to be if you've been one way for so long?
Well,
And
that's
you're
the
taking a drug,
The whole point is,
that
if you
will-
take a puberty blocker, you're not becoming anything until you decide what you are.
so you're just like an asexual.
You're someone trying to figure out what you are. Like these people are going through something horrendous.
Oh, I totally agree with you. And some people
Do
aren't
you
going to like what
think
I say,
it's
but
a mental.
yes, thank you,
Do
Jared.
you think it's a cognitive disorder or like a mental disorder?
I can't say one or the other, but if it is, and the treatment is switching genders, then what does it matter?
Because look at the suicide rate of people with transgender, and it's not because people say, "Hey,
It's because they don't
Sir.
get to change. It's because people argue about how they shouldn't be able to get medication when they're kids,
Yeah, but
and how they shouldn't be able to play sports, and how no one wants to hire them for a job,
or maybe
and how there's
it's
a huge rate
because
of violence against them, and they get attacked all the time.
I would like to see the statistics on the attacking, but like,
Yeah? Dante, pull it up.
um,
Violent attacks against transgender people. What is it? It's high. It's really high.
what's a violent attack on people with disabilities too?
Yeah.
What I
Robbery.
Robbery. I just think that like they take the spotlight over everybody else that has anybody else that's a visible minority, for lack of a better articulation, you know?
You think that transgender people take more attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone won't stop fucking
Okay,
talking
so
about them. They don't want to.
here's a number.
yeah, but
Transgender people 16 plus are victimized over 4 times more often than cisgendered people. This is in 2017 to 20.
what
But
does
here's a
define
question.
victimize? Is it
Reported a
it
crime.
yeah, I know, but like now a
Oh,
crime,
hold on,
a
hold
Hey,
on.
crime.
hey, let us talk.
Saying-
Let's not assume
Trans-
anything.
Transgender women and men had higher rates of violent victimization. Well, okay, what is
Violent.
victimization? Can I
You get
Well,
attacked
that's
a
it.
lot.
But like now they like verbal is an attack. They say now. Like
Well, why are you making assumptions about now? You're trying to justify.
I'm not. I'm just
okay,
saying.
hold on.
It sounds
The
like you're trying to justify
definition-
what
No, I'm
No,
not.
listen. The
Definition.
definition, thank you, is the action of singling someone out for cruel or unjust treatment. That's victimization.
Okay, so let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. You know, BlogTO.
Mm.
They've committed victimization against myself and Jared and our show.
Okay.
Really?
You know, I fill out the free advertising thing,
Uh-huh.
and at the bottom it says, "Tell us more about your event. Is this a 2LST
LGBTQ
plus event?
Mhm.
Is this that event? Is it this event? Is it that event? Is it this event?" It has nothing. Nowhere do you see is it an event for people with
con-
disabilities.
so
So
contact them.
I
Yeah.
am now
So
victimized.
contact them. They've overlooked something. The solution to that isn't we should victimize transgender people.
No, it's just that we're never thought about to
It's
begin
just-
with.
So because we're not saying
Because
anything.
the LGBT
It's visible.
double
Yeah.
Q, lettuce, bacon, tomato is more attractive than
Well, it's
disability.
talked about more.
No.
Okay.
It's
here-
more attractive.
That's way more
here's,
talked about.
here's another question.
Yeah.
If you transition to a man,
Yeah.
does that just become man-on-man violence?
I assume so. There you go.
Which is like already the highest rate regardless?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a good thought.
Because if you switch to the other side, all of a
But
sudden...
don't even get me into the whole sports thing.
I know you've always been very passionate about women's sports.
Yeah.
No, it's just you know.
Women's track has always been something I've been very passionate about.
You know.
Who can participate and who can't.
But if it happened on the street with a guy and a girl in a boxing
How
ring,
often do you think it happens?
I'm just saying.
How often do you think it happens?
I don't know.
Why are we talking about it?
Olympics.
No, but
No, it didn't.
No.
She wasn't transgender.
Yes, she was.
She wasn't transgender.
No.
Look her up,
She
please.
had
Olympic
high
boxer.
testosterone.
I think
She had high testosterone, but that's
I
a
saw
natural thing.
something that
You saw
that
something.
It was,
She released her
I
medical
read
records.
something that
Oh.
it was. Yes.
Oh.
I know.
That it was.
Okay.
She has high testosterone.
PBS says is not male or transgender. So she's a woman.
Yeah, but she just has high testosterone.
But that can
I
happen.
hear-
And I know
That can
like
happen
a
naturally.
woman with, I know a woman that naturally has high testosterone. But she was blocked, I believe, in Australia or New Zealand from
She was
boxing
She was
because
blocked. She
of
was
her testosterone.
Yeah, she was. But the full story of that is she was blocked in Australia in an unsanctioned fight
Unsanctioned.
by a promoter who was representing the other boxer and is known to be corrupt.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a little
Well,
shady.
and
They
it
leave
is
the- they
boxing.
leave the parts
Everyone
out.
knows
Yeah, well, that's
boxing
a-
is corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with all this stuff.
But-
You hear the first part of a story, and then you
But
hear the second part.
but
You're
got,
like, oh,
you know,
I
you got
didn't know that
these,
part.
you got these swimmers that were like, ranked 500, and now they're
Mm-hmm.
breaking women's records.
Yeah, doping is a huge problem in the Olympics. Surprise! China is the worst at it.
No, what I'm saying is it was a male who transitioned into a female, and now he's like breaking all kinds of records.
When? Who?
Look it up.
Look it up, please.
I think
Yeah. oh,
Chinese
think
transgender
I
swimmer.
think he's no,
Yeah,
I didn't say
something?
Chinese. He's not Chinese.
Generally
it was a man. He transitioned.
American
Yeah,
University.
it might be a university. Yeah.
I think there was like one university swimmer who was transgender male.
Austin
in the
University,
States.
baby.
Well, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see a transgender.
Oh,
male.
was it Leah Thomas?
Yeah.
That one?
Exactly.
There was one, right?
Yeah.
Did she break records?
All of them? Just all of them.
All of
The
them. right?
trans swimmer who won too much. That's what the New Yorker titles this.
Yeah. How much did she win?
I'm
Every
looking it
record. Everything she ever participated in.
up.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Let's find out for real.
Pretty much.
Like the weekend of society, you know?
Well, I just look at it like
I don't know.
I identify as though I have a disability.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go to the Paralympics and fucking smash every record.
Okay. In fact, Leah Thomas's top time in the 500-yard freestyle is a full 10 seconds slower than Ledecky's and Franklin's record.
Weird. So that wasn't true.
Some more bullshit.
More
that's weird.
bullshit.
What a bullshit.
Fed bullshit.
Yeah.
And now I'm regurgitating and sharing it with you, folks.
Yeah.
But I heard that guy, whatever,
Yeah,
man.
you can hear whatever you want.
Hear whatever you want. Yeah.
Fucking interneted once
Maybe
again.
listen to shit, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you listen to the wrong podcast.
Right.
That's it, I'm learning. Jesus, I'm a racist, fucking transphobe.
Instead of Rogan, listen to R.M. Brown. Try that.
Yeah.
I'm who?
R.M. Brown.
Okay.
Who's that?
He's a podcaster. He's only on YouTube. He's really funny. He's the one who uses all the Joe Rogan drops.
Okay.
Adult babies. He uses that one a lot.
So, Jared, you were bringing up Luigi. What did you
Yeah,
have to
let's
say
talk about Luigi Mangione.
Yeah.
I
I
feel,
just find it just
I feel like we might have different opinions.
really just interesting, like, case how, like, they're, like, idolizing
Yeah.
somebody who's
Shot somebody in
who
the back
shot
of the head.
somebody.
Yeah.
And he happens to be good looking
Yeah.
and likes McDonald's
Yeah. And Starbucks.
and Starbucks and everything, and just and it just
It's almost like being able to buy coffee is different than getting denied cancer treatment.
and the thing is, like, they're using the fact that most people can't stand, like, rich people and
Yeah.
people of authority as, like, a cause to, like, do vigilante.
It always happens though.
And also, it's a little bit fishy, you know? Everything a little bit fishy.
How? Why?
What's fishy?
Do you think
feel
he was
like
like mind controlled or something?
Yeah, little MK Ultra.
He was the sleeper agent.
Sleeper agent.
See, you think?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
It might be a little bit out there.
The thing I find interesting. So I was at Corner last week.
Yeah.
And what's the guy's name? I mentioned it. We were talking about it the other day. There was a comedian on that is more like right wing.
Yeah.
And then there was like more left wing people, and we were all joking about the guy getting killed. It's bringing us back together after COVID. It's bringing both sides of comedy back together.
It's uniting us.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and also it's also something that distracts from everything else that goes on.
But it's not new. We act like shit like this doesn't happen.
No.
Happened here in the 70s. Remember the FLQ stuff we were talking about the other day? But
Yeah.
It's economic. Like people, all the money is at one side.
Mm-hmm.
People can't afford to live. People make $100,000 can't afford to live.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I agree,
the
and
Gini
unfortunately, I
coefficient.
disagree at the same time because I think that guy's probably got kids, and his kids.
Those kids are okay.
Anyways, I know his life insurance will kick in or whatever.
But what about all the other kids that lost their parents? Like
I
cancer
get
and
it.
Stuff, right?
I
It's
get
just-
it. I
And I'm
get
not
it.
saying it's right. It's what happens. Like
Yeah.
if you look
No,
at,
it's Old West shit. Like you do this shit in the Old West,
Yeah.
you die.
it's
You know.
actually very explainable. Like there's something called you don't want to get into shit, but there's something called the Gini coefficient, which measures the way money works in society. A zero Gini coefficient means that everyone is equal. Everyone has the same amount of everything. If it's 1, it means one person has everything.
Yeah.
So it's usually somewhere between 2 and 4. But over history, if you look at every country, once it gets to about 4, things get violent.
Right.
And like Toronto's
What
at
are we at,
4.2.
8?
We're at 4.2 in Toronto. I think they're over 4 in the state. Like it's just people eventually get fucked over and something violent happens.
Well, you look at a bunch of videos going on right now. People are just walking into stores, grabbing stuff, and walking out.
Yeah.
They need to eat. They need to survive. That is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
And
and
Galen
I
Weston
kind
can
of.
fuck himself.
Oh, Galen Weston, I hate him.
Right.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
I hate,
if
why
someone
is he not in jail? He fixes the bread prices. Like, imagine doing that in like
Man.
and it
Iraq.
never goes back
Imagine
down?
doing that in Iraq,
Never goes back
where
down.
like bread is a staple
Okay,
for people.
so if someone
Just imagine.
if someone shot him, you'd understand it. It wouldn't be right, but you'd be
No,
like,
you
"Fuck
gotta
that guy."
understand it.
I might even
It's the
go
same
as
thing.
far to do a little fist bump.
Well, then that's what they're doing with the healthcare guy.
I get it. I get it.
Especially in the States, it's like healthcare is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's like they gouge people for a simple visit to a doctor's office for a checkup. It's like a couple $1,000s.
Until
Yeah.
the 80s, they had it. It was still like that, but it was capped, so that it was like your copay was $50 or something to go to the doctor, and it was maxed out at like $300.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a big industry convention in the 80s, and they decided if people had to decide more, then they'd make better decisions. So we're
Yeah.
going to jack up their. So now,
Okay.
yeah, now there's people that the cheapest plan you got to pay $30,000 out of pocket before you get any coverage.
Right.
Mhm.
That's not healthcare. That's nothing.
Yeah.
I just see this all the time. Like, also, people are kind of, it's kind of easy to steal things from stores now.
Yeah.
Security can't touch you.
One that store clerks aren't supposed to do anything. Just let
And
you
they're not
go.
supposed to do anything, and not supposed to, and they just stand there,
Yeah.
And they're going to stand there because they're making.
which is,
They can't afford rent. They don't give a shit
yeah,
about.
because I worked in a store that got robbed, right? And the person, like my coworker, intervened, and he got spoken to afterwards.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
And he's not supposed to. I'm like, well,
Do you think they'll just shut down a majority of brick and mortar and make everybody
They're still making money.
buy online?
They're still making money. They won't.
yeah, but I was in Manitoba. I was not allowed in the liquor store because I did not have ID.
Really?
Yeah, the ID,
On the way in.
they
Ah.
have to. Like, that's how they just keep. Because a couple years ago, it was a huge thing of like smash grabs
Yeah.
at the liquor stores.
You just
too.
reminded me of something. I partook in a liquor store robbery unknowingly one day.
Unknowingly.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I had a gun.
Tell people.
I had a
Up
gun,
at-
but I always do.
up at Dundas and Dover Court, LCBO, I was coming through the door, and it takes me a little bit, right, to get through a door, especially if it's tight.
Oh.
It was a tight door,
Oh,
and
no.
I hit the door open or whatever, and then all of a sudden this guy just came running at me, like leaped over top of me, like a gazelle, and he was gone.
He cleared you?
Clang, yeah,
Wow.
like a gazelle.
And he
Like
yelled
he
at
didn't like go over the middle. He took the
Yeah,
took the
so
route
he's
over
right.
the
you.
shoulder,
Yeah,
right?
jumper.
He did it. I
So,
couldn't.
I bet he was a
believe it.
transgender track athlete.
Probably.
That's my guess.
On puberty blockers.
I worked at Canadian Tire when I was younger and could see.
Yeah.
And they had a shitty security. Shitty security. They used to like handcuff people they thought were shoplifting. And then I saw them handcuff people that hadn't stolen stuff.
Oh God.
And then eventually, the one guy chased a guy out of the store, tackled him in the parking lot. The guy's head hit the parking thing, and he died. So now you let them go.
On that note,
Yeah.
thanks for watching.
that
Blair learned a lot today. Like, don't listen to the internet. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Just-
you wish you hadn't started a podcast with a left-wing socialist cuck.
Well, no, I don't care about that. I don't care because I don't like the left wing. I don't like the right wing, as they say. It's on the same fucking bird. In my opinion, what should happen is we fucking bulldoze that whole
Yeah.
Parliament building,
Yeah.
and everybody goes back to volunteering to be part of your local politicians and build up that way. They've gotten into a routine where, I get a free flight and I get free food and I get this and I get that. And I was married to someone who was into politics. I saw how much money they wasted of taxpayers'
Oh, yeah,
dollars.
they do.
And this was at a local level. I was like, oh my God, just imagine what the...
But
Anyways.
if you have volunteers, though, then you get just rich people doing it. They can afford
True.
to do
Who
it.
knows? Who cares? Let's
Yeah.
fucking shut it down.
I'm moving to North Bay.
Yeah.
Water, wood. You remember the motto of our podcast?
Fire,
water, wood,
water,
fire,
wood.
Shelter,
Fire.
shelter.
wood, water. That
And
was,
we got what else will get
that
us
was a
more views?
callback from another
Algorithm,
episode.
hashtag,
Callback. Another
subscribe,
episode. Callback from
Hashtag
another episode.
subscribe.
link,
Subscribe, link.
hashtag. I think hashtag works, right?
I like
Can't-
Hashtag, guys.
Hashtag? I like
Would.
hash. Okay. On that note, you can find me at Jared Nathan Comedy on Instagram.
Follow.
Hey, Andy, where can I find you?
That's a
Don't
good
worry,
one,
you don't
follow.
want to find
You
me.
don't want to find Blair.
You don't want
Yeah, you
any
don't worry.
part of this.
And you'll
This
find
is
me-
a rolling hot mess.
You'll find me, Todd.Blenkhorn, at conservativegovernment.ca.
Liberal cuck.
Liberal cock. In a chair. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care.